Hi everybody, hope everybody's keeping well. It's been a few weeks since I've done one of these videos, so I thought it's about time I did another. We're in the middle of March now. Our pre-season is progressing pretty nicely. We've been fortunate in that we've not lost any practice time to the weather. We were able to move indoors when the snow hit, but we're still a little bit behind on where I'd like to be on our install. We've had a few practices where guys have been missing because of work and illnesses and that sort of thing. So overall though, pretty happy with where we are this stage of pre-season. So we've got two main things. I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight into in this particular video. So the first thing was back in February, which was our signing day, which we hold on Super Bowl Sunday. So a few weeks ago now, but basically we ask each player in the club to sign one of these things, which is the Shropshire Revolution player contract. So it's just a simple form with some key address details and that sort of thing, and then because we're an amateur club, all players have to pay a subscription annually. So there's details of those subscription costs and the club bank account details, and everybody sort of agrees that they will pay the fees that are due. Some guys will also rent kit as opposed to go and buy their own, so we've got a section here for a little bit of kit rental. And then on the back of the form is all the important stuff around health and safety, and if guys leave the club for other teams, around sort of settling subs and all that sort of thing. So first part of this video, I'm going to take you into our signing day, a little bit of a look behind the scenes, and then the second part of the video, we've just done a scrimmage with the Worcestershire Black Knights last Saturday, so I'm going to take you a little bit behind the scenes of that scrimmage as well.
I wonder why.
What do you think then, Troy?
So why are you filming you selecting a sandwich off the tray?
Creative license, isn't it? Man, I've just filmed you scoffing your crisps.
Okay, film somebody else now.
Never fucking been, have no idea how to do it. Yeah, it doesn't mean very like that. That's basically walk up horizontally, get my leg
One angle! What? You stand in order? Yeah.
Is Nathan still there? Yeah. Oh, I am. Dave, has your January payment gone in? Going in on the...
Okay, so that's the signing day done. So the management team have all their completed forms. I think we had 49 players now registered, so those players now need to go and sign up to the league sort of central database as well. But in terms of roster size, we're in a pretty healthy place. Most of the guys from last year have returned. There's one or two exceptions. There always is a little bit of turnover, and we've then integrated probably around 8 or 9 rookies from our rookie classes into the full squad as well. So we're always still open for new players if anybody's interested. But in terms of our kind of roster and the way it's shaping up, we look really good. So the next part of the video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of our pre-season practice against the Worcestershire Black Knights. So we had that last week on the Saturday. So Worcestershire were kind enough to travel up to Telford, and basically we had a joint practice with them. So it wasn't a game, it wasn't a pre-season scrimmage. The session was broken down, and I'm going to show you some of the details of kind of how around we set that day up, and a little bit of how it went. So here's our timetable for the afternoon. I thought you might be just interested just to see what we're doing. So we have a 1 o'clock arrival, a bit of a joint meet and greet, and there'll be an address from both head coaches. After that, we'll get into the practice itself. So we'll have a warm-up period where each team works with their own individual units, and then we'll come together for quarter 1, which we're calling the skeleton period. So we'll have an inside run period, which will feature our offensive line, running back, wide receiver, against their defensive line and linebackers. We'll go for 8 reps, and we'll have 2 sets of that. And at the same time that that's going on, we will also have the pass skeleton, which will feature our quarterback and our wide receivers against their defensive backs. We'll then go into quarter 2, which is a driving ball period. So the first part of that, we're starting on our own 20-yard line and driving out down the field. And then for the second part, we're starting on their 20-yard line, which gives us opportunity to look at our red zone offense. Quarter 3 will feature special teams, so we'll have kickoffs and kick returns, punts and punt returns, and field goals and field goal blocking units working. And then quarter 4 is another situational scrimmage, and we've got a number of different scenarios, which gives us an opportunity to try out different things against the practice opposition.
My name's Steve Thompson, head coach of the Shropshire Revolution, and firstly, welcome everybody from Worcestershire Blackmores. Thank you very much for making the effort. Thank you for being here a lot earlier than us. Right, so we've marked the field out, we've got 2 end zones, proposed to find the sidelines fellas, you know the rest. Okay, we're here now for 2.5 hours, 3 hours hopefully, of decent training. Okay, by fast 4 or 5 o'clock, you want to be leaving this field having all learned something. Individually and as a team, that's what we're here for. No other reason, that's why we're here, okay? Thanks for making the effort. Let's put hard work in, let's get everything out of it. Coach?
Good. Today, it doesn't matter, like I said over there, the outcome, right? Today's about a learning experience. Do the best that you can, do the very best that you can. Right? Individual performances are the ones that count, not whatever happens on the field in terms of scores or breakaways. Just do the very best that you can. All right. As 2 teams, we are a little bit poles apart. That makes us better. You can see these boys like a nice start to our season. All right. Let's work hard together.
Just one final thing then, fellas. Okay. We're not expecting everyone to do everything perfectly. Okay. We learn from our mistakes. Okay. So let's make that commitment together as a group of men today. Okay. That we're going to learn from that. Okay, and we're going to work hard. Okay, everybody in them, please. Everybody.
Time.
Okay. Warm up second this team. Today, then let's have work on 3. 1, 2, 3. Work. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
You're ready.
Turn the fuck on. Are you working?
Baby, these wheels tripping when you ain't sipping, have a refill. You're feeling like you're running, huh? Now you know how beats feel.
I ain't got this, what is it? Yeah.
So there we go, a successful practice last Saturday. Thanks very much for Worcester for travelling up to us. We certainly got a lot out of it, and it was a really beneficial day. In terms of where the offence is standing, I think I'm pretty content. We've done a lot over the last sort of 10 weeks, and it was nice really just to sort of see it all gel together and practice it against a different team, rather than just our defence all the time. So a really beneficial day. I thought the format was pretty good. If I was going to change one thing, I might just tweak the quarter 4 a little bit. I think we probably had too many scenarios in there, and it just got a little bit messy towards the end, just in terms of it wasn't clean when we were just changing over and changing scenarios. So probably just a little bit of tidying up in that, but in terms of the format, I thought it was pretty rock solid. So in terms of where we go now, next weekend we have a practice against Tamworth Phoenix. So they are the national champions of Great Britain, which is going to be a real test for us. But a really exciting kind of day. It will follow a similar sort of format, but a bit different. But again, it's just a joint practice and an opportunity this time for us to play against a team who are in a higher league. So lots to work on. We've also just had our fixtures finalised in the last couple of weeks. So after the Tamworth scrimmage, we've got, I think it's 3 practices before we then start our season opener. So that's going to come round really fast. So I'll hopefully do another video in the next week or two, give you a little bit of a look at how we get on with Tamworth, and then also our build up to the first pre-season game. So I will see you soon.